Coming to you live from a prostitute-infested shanty on top of a frozen lake, the number one podcast all the hot babes are raving about. Slick and Brewski save the world! Welcome back to our humble abode, the Shanty. I'm Slick, and joining me as always is America's favorite horned patriot, the Brewski.
What's that floating in the water?
Helping you see through the black mushroom cloud of government cover-ups as we search for truth and justice, or at least something to eat. Well, it looks like vinyl chloride is leaching into our water supply, and if my calculations are correct, that gives us approximately 47 days, or at least 1.2 new subscribers before we're all dead. What do you think's going on in East Palestine? You think it's safe for these people to move back into their trailer parks, or what's going on
If
here?
it was me, I'd stay away.
Stay away. Don't drink the water.
Don't drink the water. Hell, people are afraid to even take baths in this water, their children and stuff, which I don't blame them at all.
Countless videos of people complaining about how their throats are hurting. They got headaches. One lady had chickens dying in her backyard.
Well,
which
their
I
eyes
wonder
are
if that was.
scratching.
Oh, is that right? They're itching their eyes too. Yeah. See, it's like the kind of thing we haven't really looked up at, like what that vinyl chloride can do to a person. No one's really even talking about that. And that's if what was in the containers is even what it was. Didn't you say something about that they might have been fibbing a little bit?
A little
because
bit
it's
on the
easier,
paperwork.
Yeah, it's easier to transport the stuff if it's not exactly documented clearly.
Well,
So
here's
they
the thing.
change it. It might have been vinyl chloridifoam or something.
Right. It was more of, what was on the actual paperwork was a little bit watered down version of what actually was in the containers.
Yeah.
Okay? The reason that you do that is the root of all evil, money, all right?
Cut shipping costs.
Cut shipping costs.
You don't have to deal with
You
the
don't have-
hazmat problems.
Now, the problem I have, okay, they need to do the thing, because there's food also on those train cars. Food and chemicals on the same
right.
train.
That's how they get chicken nuggets to McDonald's, right
Yeah,
next to the vinyl chloride.
People start glowing
You
after
got
a few years.
another shipment of chicken nuggets there.
Well, here's the thing. A lot of people don't even know what's going to happen to them years down the road.
That's right. 15 years. That's what
they
they're
might
all
only
saying.
have the cough right now. Imagine, there's this little thing called, Chernobyl back in the day.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Thyroid cancer.
All kinds of cancers.
Where's this going to end up?
And that's, that's the worst case scenario.
They don't want to be tied to this big lawsuit, this class action lawsuit.
Well, here's the thing that got me too is, okay, what's the first thing this Norfolk Southern? Okay, first thing they did was go in there and try to give people $1,000 checks. All right, sign here, can't sue us going forward.
Yeah.
All right,
just throw them a quick buck.
right, which they don't. The area that these people are living in is not the richest of areas, so $1,000 to some of these people is not that. Is pretty could be life changing
Sure,
somewhat.
that'll take care of Netflix for a year.
Which is sad, but have been a bunch of lawyers going into there and helping people and stuff, which is good. Because this is actually what a good thing about lawyers,
Yeah, we need Aaron Brockovich on the team.
Right, there you go. And she was the person who actually...
Julia Roberts bringing in her boobs.
Yeah.
So
Aaron Brockovich actually talked about this.
Is it? Oh, she's already been on the wires. Huh?
She was on Fox, I think it was.
Here's
it was
another
actually
thing. We got DeWine on record saying that if he lived around there, he would use the water or whatever. Someone needs
to take a sip.
Yeah, that's right. We need to get him a glass of the
Yeah,
water
take a sip.
and literally
Right out of a house faucet.
That would be the best way to roast his ass.
Well,
Be
they had
like
that
DeWine.
dude
This
come
is
in.
from East Palestine. If you want to go ahead and show us that you're going to drink it, and then you'd be disappeared real quick.
Well, they had that guy from the EPA come in. All right. Which
there's nothing to see here.
Yeah, nothing. And you should trust your government. First off, the government took 2 weeks to get there. This happened on the third.
Start handing
wasn't it?
out hazmat suits in the mail,
a lot of
notice there's some train tracks close to your house just in case this ever goes down again. Here's your train wreck emergency kit.
A lot of the residents said that the people originally they were in hazmat suits and fixing stuff, and trying to clean up the area, whatever. Okay, well,
all the firemen that were in there breathing the shit in.
Right, the people who were actually there, the lawyer or the mayor of East Palestine. Okay, he's begging for people to come around and help, and he's not getting any. Dude, FEMA didn't even show up to this.
Wasn't he the one that was on there and he was he's exploiting everybody. He doesn't give a shit how bad they look because he's they're fucking selling out on us.
FEMA didn't even show up. All right, mind you, FEMA and all those organizations.
Well, they say
they'll take care of illegal immigrants, okay, and give them food and water and everything. But it would take. Here's how FEMA works. All right, it's not FEMA only comes to natural disasters, okay?
I see.
Well, what if it would take a tornado hitting the train and flipping it over for FEMA to go in
Now
there?
we got FEMA
you would
money.
need, because FEMA's saying that there is a responsible...
Act of God?
No, it's there's a responsible person in this, as
Got
in
it, I
Norfolk
get it.
Southern, because when you have a tornado and, hurricane or whatever, there's nobody to blame. There's nobody to blame for that.
Gotta blame God.
Well, yeah, but so there's a responsible party, FEMA saying, or they would have been in there supposedly.
So
it's just they're not helping these people.
We're not getting any help from the administration.
Oh no, Pete. Oh, Mayor Pete,
Sleepy Biden, Palestine Pete.
Palestine
Pete's not peeking around the corner.
Dude, he hasn't even been there. They had a town hall, all right, and Norfolk Southern was making people try to sign things saying, hey, if we show up, there's not to be any lawsuits or anything like that. People were signing that part supposedly to be there at the town hall. They didn't sign off on the money part, but they signed off supposedly sheets that if they showed up, they would talk to them without suing them, okay? I guess a bunch of people did sign that.
They would talk to the train company without suing them?
To go to the town hall. For the train company to show up at the town hall, they wanted everybody at the town hall to sign a thing saying, hey, a waiver saying we're not going to sue if we get the information. Not the money part, just for them to show up. Well, the train company never even showed up.
Oh,
They said that they
bailed
said,
on them?
well, they said that they felt like they were in danger to be there because the residents were going to get crazy. And I'm thinking to myself,
right?
I'm like, there's a little thing called Skype. You know what I mean? How many meetings have you been in? Whatever, Skype is involved.
Chloride.
They couldn't even
breathe the
Skype
vinyl
in.
chloride in for 20 minutes.
Yeah, they couldn't even have a little 30-minute Skype interview with the town hall.
This is the kind of shit that we can't help but to wonder when these goddamn railroad tracks are right through our backyards and they keep everybody up, and you just tell yourself it's just the world we live in. But nowadays, and you've got shit like this goes down, and you find out where you end up. You're fucked. So you know what it means?
Well,
it means if you go out and pull a couple of railroad spikes and send them into Slick and Brewski, we'll be firing you off a free set of Carlisle Pros. But don't get caught.
Well, a lot of your railroad cities, townships are not the richest in the world, okay? There's a reason why.
That's right. I got railroad tracks back here, and I'm poor as shit.
And here's another thing.
Here's
another thing that's very irritating. Supposedly the stuff that was being transported in train cars, all right, is very, very safe going through pipelines. Transporting it through pipelines.
We don't like pipelines.
We don't like pipelines in America.
Pipelines are racist.
Yeah, because Mayor Pete, whatever, Buttigieg, whatever, he's too busy in other cities talking about trains, but not bringing up this situation. He's over there talking about, racist roads and, there's not enough certain ethnicities on construction crews and things like that.
Right.
You need to worry about the facts. That's how you know the guy has no experience whatsoever in transportation. Zero experience, all right? But Democrats, typical Dem, when they get cornered, who do they blame? Trump. They've already blamed Trump a few times.
How can we point the finger at Trump?
Right. They've already pointed the fingers quite a few times at him. It's sickening. We've never, under Trump, we didn't have these problems, man. We had zero war to worry about. We
didn't have any wars.
We didn't have all these every week. You have people thinking right now, literally saying out loud, which is a joke, but not really. What's next week's thing going to be? You know what I mean?
Yeah,
We've had
what are we
train
gonna
this
shoot
week.
down out of the
we had
sky?
a balloon last week.
He's shooting down science projects.
Yeah, it's
$400,000 missile.
$400,000 missile taken out a $12 balloon from I can't remember what the balloon group's called, but it looks like the picture looked like a bunch of old guys
and it
that
doesn't,
had a club
no matter
that
how
put
many,
up a balloon and the balloon got shot down.
No matter how many of these fucking science projects he shoots down, doesn't change the fact that China's got all of our information on the first one.
Well, usually when you shoot something down, you want to know everything about it. You want to see what it is, and remember that was the whole excuse Biden used.
He didn't want it to land on people, but then he shoots all these down over territory.
Right.
So that was bullshit. It's you can poke holes in all their fucking stories.
Right. I wouldn't be surprised.
Every time he opens his mouth, he lies. He doesn't. Anytime he's talking, he's just bullshitting you.
Right. I would not be surprised if he's the one, or an organization's the one putting these things in the air, just so he looks like the Billy Badass for. Guess what I did? I saved America. He don't know where the hell he's at, folks.
No. They want to make everybody think that they're on the ball, and they want to give these people that are touting his success
and
like,
leadership.
Well, he is shooting things down.
Yeah. He took a week and a half.
Just so we can all argue a little bit longer and they can get away with murder.
Right, called divide and conquer.
And we got chickens dying everywhere. A third of the chicken
Yeah.
population's down to Asian bird flu.
Yeah, well, look at all the animals that just died in East Palestine, and that was just one chemical got in the air.
Is it racist to say Asian bird flu?
I don't know. Probably because
And we're canceled.
But like people over there, all their freaking there's like 62 confirmed dogs that died. There's like 5 horses that are sick.
Oh,
there's a
Palestine?
bunch of chickens.
There's fish floating in the water.
Fish floating in the water, but it's okay to drink the water. I'm gonna go on a limb and say keep drinking the bottled water, folks.
Yeah.
Even the bottled water.
Squirrels are falling out of trees. I don't fact check that. Pam, can you get a fact check?
I guess the residents are saying that they're not even seeing birds flying right now. Like, they don't see any birds. Like, where the hell are all the birds?
That's something.
And,
the way the crow flies, or the way it used to fly.
you know, it's just the fact that the government waited so long on this, like,
that's right.
It literally took them 2 weeks to get there, bro.
Well, that just sounds like the government we signed up for when these morons went out and voted.
Whether you're fishing, hunting, shooting paper, or changing oil, Carlisle Pro Glasses will protect your eyes from damage or sunlight. Carlisle Pro Glasses, are you ready to be a pro?
Well, between chickens dying, trains wrecking, Palestine Pete not showing up, and Biden shooting down science projects, I'd say we're all fucked. But don't take our word for it. Do your own homework and like, subscribe, share so you can help us save the world.
We're nasty, that's just the way we roll. And I think it's time for you to get your kicks come through on a nasty goal. So set the pace, make a move, make history for the books. And join me on the nasty side so you can quit with the nasty looks. Cause you think you're wild, well we are too. It's like one big old nasty zoo. And you just might wanna watch a step tonight, or you might end up with a nasty bite. From the AK nasty, that's our way. Gets nasty here every day. Bit nasty, but it ain't no crime, so let's all get nasty one more time. Things might get a little nasty.